Quite remarkable media day here at Yas Marina, which is the host of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix on Sunday. We all came here expecting to talk about McLaren v Ferrari and the constructors, maybe a bit of Sergio Perez, maybe a little bit about George Russell and Max Verstappen, but that final piece has become the big storyline here. So to give you a timeline of what happened here on Thursday, myself and a few other journalists spoke to George Russell in a smaller session. It's his first real chance to talk since Qatar, which is when George Russell effectively accused him of being two-faced and lying to the stewards. He said he had lost all respect for Russell for that grid penalty that he got. George Russell gave us his side of the story. He said that after that steward session, Max had come up to him and said, I'm going to purposefully put you in the wall. He said, I'm going to put your effing head in the wall at the end of the race. I spoke to some Dutch colleagues here. What they said that Max had said to them was that he said to Russell, I'm going to get you at turn one. So definitely a difference of opinion there between those two guys in terms of what was said. But Russell, very, very hard line on what he said. Verstappen's press session wasn't quick enough to respond to what Russell had said, but then Russell had an open media session down the paddock, which is basically an invite for everyone. And in that, I've never seen it before, or at least I haven't seen it for a long, long time. Toto Wolff joined that session. It was quite interesting. He was in plain clothes, looks like he just turned up. He wasn't in Mercedes kit. And he took the microphone at one point and took a shot at Christian Horner, who had called Russell in Qatar hysterical, and said that the penalty that Verstappen got, the contentious penalty they were talking about, was because George Russell was acting hysterically. Horner defended Russell, said it's his job to defend him, and he called Christian Horner, and I quote, a yapping little terrier, which is a fantastic soundbite, and we know that there's no love lost between Christian Horner and Toto Wolff, and this will just escalate that further. But a really remarkable war of words, and just speaking to my Dutch colleagues now who had a Dutch session with Max Verstappen, he has refuted what Russell's version of events was about his comment about turn one, about his comment about putting him in the wall. So clearly a difference of opinion. Clearly people are going to believe one guy over the other or believe the other guy over the other one. So that's up to people to make up their minds. But this is turning into one of the most heated rivalries that we've seen since Max and Lewis in 21. And it's no coincidence to me that this is Mercedes and Red Bull again. There has been residual bad beef between those two teams since 2021, since what happened here. Just behind me there is where Nicholas Latifi crashed in 2021, which is what brought out that infamous safety car. There has been real bad blood bubbling away ever since then, and I've always felt that we've never quite had a resolution to that. Lewis Hamilton obviously moving to Ferrari next year, but Mercedes and Red Bull, this Horner and Verstappen on one side and Toto Wolff and George Russell on the other, absolutely sensational stuff. And we'll see how it goes on, because obviously we have a race still to come. We have qualifying, we have a race, and we'll see how these two guys handle it for the rest of the weekend. Horner should speak later in the weekend, so we'll get his comments on being called a yapping little terrier by Toto Wolff. And yeah, we'll see what happens. But remarkable day and a remarkable escalation in the tensions between these two teams, and something that I think is going to be very significant going into next season, because Mercedes being this punchy suggests that they feel they can take a fight to Red Bull again, at least verbally in the media. And we'll see this weekend if they can do that on track as well.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.